Giri Govardhan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha, Nila Madhav Radhe. Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha, Nila Madhav Radhe. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitagora Premanandi. Jayam Vesha Padparamaham Saprai Vajakacharya Asatar Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jayam Vesha Padparamaham Saprai Vajakacharya Asatar Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Sakaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki. Vrindavan Dham Ki. Mayapur Dham Ki. Yamuna Maya Ki. Ganga Maya Ki. Bhakti Devi Ki. Tulsi Devi Ki. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Books and Prasadam Distribution Ki. Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Guranga. All glories of Srila Prabhupada.
fresh water.
You need? Okay. Okay.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Thank you for your blessings, Mataji.
Radharani's blessings.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana यमुनातीरवनचारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, thank you so much everyone. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim. Today we are going to discuss from Canto 1, Chapter 7, The Son of Drona Punished, text number 25. So today our technology failed. So if you have your phones, you can look up the verse 1:7:25. Tatha yam chavataraste bhuvo bhara jigishayam Svanam chananya bhavanam Anudyanaya cha sakrit Tathayam chavataraste Bhuvo bharajihishaya Svanam chananya bhavanam Anudyanaya cha sakrit Tathayam chavataraste Bhuvo bharajihishayam Svanam chananya bhavanam Anudyanaya cha sakrit Tathayam chavataraste Bhuvo bharajihishayam Svanam chananya bhavanam Anudyanaya cha sakrit Tathayam chavataraste Bhuvo bharajihishayam Svanam chananya bhavanam Anudyanaya cha sakrit Tathayam chavataraste Bhuvo bharajihishayam Svanam chananya bhavanam Anudyanaya cha sakrit Tathayam chavataraste Bhuvo bharajihishayam Svanam chananya bhavanam Anudyanaya cha sakrit Tathayam chavataraste Bhuvo bharajihishayam Svanam chananya bhavanam Anudhyanaya cha sakrit. Matajis? Anyone? So we'll do word for word. Tata, das. I am this, cha, and avataraha, incarnation, te, year, bhuvaha, of the material world, bhara, burden, jihishaya, for removing, swanam, of the friends, cha ananya bhavanam, and of the exclusive devotees, anudhyanaya, for remembering repeatedly, cha, and cha asakrit, fully satisfied. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Thus you descend as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world and to benefit your friends, especially those who are your exclusive devotees and are rapt in meditation upon you. Purport. It appears that the Lord is partial to His devotees. Everyone is related with the Lord. He is equal to everyone, and yet He is more inclined to His own men and devotees. The Lord is everyone's Father. No one can be His Father, and yet no one can be His Son. His devotees are His kinsmen, and His devotees are His relations. This is His transcendental pastime. It has nothing to do with the mundane ideas of relations, fatherhood, or anything like that. As mentioned above, the Lord is above the modes of material nature, and thus there is nothing mundane about His kinsmen and relations in devotional service. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swaminiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devim Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanandam Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vancha kalpataruvyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Before I begin, I seek blessings from His Holiness Hanuman Prashak Swami Maharaj. Thank you Maharaj for empowering me. And all the assembled Vaishnavas, that I may speak in accordance with Srila Prabhupada's teachings, and whatever I speak is beneficial for all of us. So, here, Ashwatthama, released the Brahmastra, and then Arjuna is like bewildered, like what's happening, and he takes shelter of Sri Krishna, and he is offering prayers to Krishna to protect him, to protect all the devotees. So here we see Prabhupada is saying, it appears that the Lord is partial to His devotees. And even Kunti Maharani also says, when she prays to Krishna, she says, Nayasya kaschid dhayitosti karhichid dveshasya yasmin vishama matirnanam. She also says that Krishna, Nayasya kaschid dhayito, You do not have any specific object of favor. And Strikarshi dveshyaha. You also do not have any object of envy. Vishama matir nranam. It's only that people think, they conceive that you are partial. So how is that, right? Krishna, all the favors that Krishna done to Pandavas, Krishna stood by their side, guarding them, protecting them, orchestrating whatever it need to be in the battlefield to make sure that the Pandavas win the battle. Was that not favors? Was that not partiality on the part of Krishna? It is just that he is unpartial and it just appears that Krishna is like partial. Is it not true that he is really partial from all these examples? Even Hiranyakashipu, he is a philosopher, even though he is demoniac, but still he is a philosopher. Like when he lost his brother Hiranyaksha, he was speaking all this big philosophy, which is like so true. And yet he was also saying, yeah, Supreme Lord is impartial. He used to be always equal to both demons and demigods. But this time somehow, I don't know what happened to him. He, all the worships that the demigod offered to him, he became partial. And that's why he took their side and he killed my brother Hiranyaksha. So we can see Krishna taking sides repeatedly with demigods, right? He cheated, he killed Hiranyaksha, he cheats Hiranyakashipu, he takes birth as Vamanadev and he cheats Bali Maharaj. He takes the Mohini Murti form and then he cheats the demons from taking the nectar. And then also, Vrithasura, even though he is a devotee come demon, Krishna tells demigods, you go and tell Dadichi to give his bones and you make a Vajrayuda and you kill him. So from these examples we see Krishna is really partial. Right? So Krishna also says himself, I am impartial, but I am also partial. Right? Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. Krishna says, Samoham sarvabhuteshu. I am sama, I am equal to all living entities. Name dveshya. I do not envy anybody and also Name priyaha. I'm not like I don't favor anyone. But those who render bhajanti tumam bhaktya, those who render devotional service unto me, for them I am friend and they are also friend to me. So in the same verse he is telling two paradoxical statements. I am partial and I am also not partial. So while from scriptures we find Krishna has so many contradictory natures, right? That's what makes him inconceivable for the non-devotees. Devotees understand, the pure devotees understand Krishna, but for non-devotees this contradictory nature makes Krishna inconceivable to them, and they misunderstand Krishna. Ishopanishad also we can find one example that Krishna, Ishopanishad it is mentioned that Krishna walks and he does not walk. He is far away yet he is so near. He is in everything yet he is outside of everything. So there are so many contradictory natures that the scriptures reveal about Krishna. But Krishna, and again here in this verse also we see that Krishna is partial, yet Prabhupada writes he is not impartial. So Krishna comes, he says that as an incarnation to remove the burden of the world, vinashaya cha dushkritam, and to benefit your friends who are your devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. So to punish the demons, to remove the burden of the world, Krishna doesn't have to come by himself. Like he has so many energies that can on the order of Krishna can take care of the task. But Krishna especially comes for the pleasure of his devotees, for appeasing his devotees, for having relationship with the devotees, to satisfy their hunger of reciprocating with him. So he especially comes for that particular purpose. So Krishna, aham bida prajapita, Krishna says that I am the father of all living entities, right? Krishna takes care of, in Bhagavad Gita we see Krishna takes care of all living entities in all aspects of their lives, right? Body, mind, soul, Krishna takes care of everything. Krishna provides sustenance for every single living entity, whether humans or bees or birds, it doesn't matter. Anybody who is his child, Krishna provides. Krishna takes care of them. So by body-wise, Krishna arranges all these fundamental resources that are needed for our sustenance in this material world, like sunlight, air, water, food, shelter, everything Krishna provides. But then one may say, oh, what are you talking about? There is so much shortage in the world now. People are hungry, people are in distress, food prices are going up, there is shortage of drinking water, the air is so polluted we cannot even have a good air to breathe. And then this global warming happening, the west is like getting burnt by inferno, and the east was buried in snow. So many things are happening around the world, and people cannot afford even homes. So what are you talking about? Krishna is providing. Krishna is so partial. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poor. How is he impartial? So but all these things are not made by Krishna. This is all these distresses that we brought upon ourselves by our own actions. It's not Krishna's arrangement. Krishna has made a very fine arrangement through material nature to provide for each and every living entity. So it is us that out of greed that we don't want to utilize Krishna what he gave to us, and out of greed we were plundering all the natural resources and all these things. Instead of devoting our time and attention from getting out of the cycle of birth and death, we are trying to artificially find some luxurious ways of living. And then we are entirely spoiling the material nature and harming ourselves and also everyone around us, every single living species around us. So there is no shortage of food, artificial famine is created by the people. Drinking water, there is no shortage, there were abundance of rivers, but all these resources of water and everything, they were saying in the news when the California was burning that there was water shortage because all the water was diverted towards this AI, right? This AI, this is huge, right? Centers, right? Data centers, right? To maintain them, the amount of heat that these centers produce is humongous, that they need like so much water to keep that facility cool. And they were saying that if you ask an AI to compose one email, 1 bottle of water is consumed by it. So do we need an AI to compose an email? Right? So in the name of technology, in the name of we are improving, we are getting more and more better and more refined. Actually, we are not. We are losing the civilized culture, and the bottle of water which is meant for drinking and nourishing the human beings is now utilized to cool down some machines. Right? There is like the air is good. During COVID time, we found the factories were shut down, and there were not many cars on the highways, and the air quality was so clean, especially in Delhi. Delhi is like completely polluted. It's always foggy and too much pollution. And during COVID time, the Ganga was crystal clear. The air was such a good quality. So it is all us. The nature is not doing that. Krishna is not doing that. It is us with these big industries which we do not need actually, producing all these this carbon monoxide, whatever it is into the air and polluting it. Global warming, why it is, right? Because of our irresponsible actions, right? We are so irresponsible that we are so greedy, we do not consider the next generation coming to us, the children, our grandchildren, and the coming generations. We are like not worried about them. We are plundering right now for our sense gratification, not thinking about the future of our humanity. Right, last week, right, the 167,000 pounds of beef, they recalled it, right, because of the E. coli thing. So they are killing so many animals, they are grinding them into some kind of a thing, and then when there is some kind of an infection, or then they just dump it. What is the value of those animals, right? We are supposed to be human species is supposed to be responsible enough to take care of the other species, but we are becoming very irresponsible. Right? Few months ago, because of some bird flu or something, like millions of birds were killed in Ohio, right? Really 6.7 million birds killed. And how did they kill? Like very cruel. And even during COVID time, millions and millions, actually they say 63 million chickens were killed. Can we imagine? And how are they killing it? Very ghastly way they are killing it. They're shutting down the ventilator and they're ranking up the heat to 110 degrees, causing hypothermia to those little poor chickens, and causing them to die. So it's very cruel, right? So our own actions are bringing all these things. It's not that Krishna is being impartial. If we all, stop plundering others' property and destroy cultures and nations, then if we follow the Isha-Vasyam principle, right? Isha-Vasyam jagat sarvam yad kinchid jagatyam jagat tena taktena bunjitama gradaha kasya swadhanam. So if we follow that, take our quota and live with it peacefully, then the world will be completely in peace and everybody can progress and spend their time and energy towards devotional service. But now we are fighting to protect ourselves, fighting to survive. So it's such a struggle in the world now. Prabhupada said that just a piece of a land and a cow is sufficient for a person to live their life peacefully. But now our lives are so complicated with these big, huge houses that we have. I also have one. So maintaining that, so it's like, it's a burden. Krishna is very impartial. Krishna loves us all. It doesn't matter whether we are pious or impious, whether we are human species or animal species, whether we are devoted to Him or we are not devoted to Him. It doesn't matter to Him because we are our children. He loves us no matter what. He accompanies us. He always wants to be with us, protect us. So he accompanies no matter what kind of birth we take in what kind of species. Krishna is always accompanying us. He never neglects us. He never ignores us. He never abandons us. Such a kind person is Krishna. If we have a friendship with someone and if they neglect us, then we will see 1 or 2 times or 3 times, and then we say like, okay, well, they don't want my friendship, it's fine. I will also give up, like I don't want to pursue. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is waiting for us to turn towards him. He's never giving up on us. Somebody might say, if somebody keeps on neglecting, then we would say, okay, fine, enough is enough, I'm done with that guy. If they don't want my friendship, it's fine, I will also sever the friendship. But Krishna never ever severs our relationship with him. Krishna is always waiting for us as an ever well-wisher, as Srila Prabhupada is our ever well-wisher. Krishna is our ever well-wisher, always there. He doesn't mind, he doesn't have any ego to avenge tit for tat. He doesn't do that. He is patiently waiting for us to turn towards him, to renew our relationship. He's willing to renew the relationship, but it's up to us, right? And Krishna is also not passive. In Srimad Bhagavatam, I don't know, in 8th canto, I guess, like Srila Prabhupada writes that Krishna is not passive. Krishna is always active in getting us back to him. Krishna is always working. If we say that when somebody says neglects us or don't want our relationship, we just leave them and forget about them. We do not endeavor to again build relationship with them. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is always looking for ways. He is always looking or making arrangements in our lives such that we would turn back to him. Krishna is very active in bringing us back to him. That's why he is called Bhuri Karunaya, extremely merciful person. And we see that and why Krishna has to do all this? Krishna doesn't have any need for anything. He's Atma Rama. He has everything in the world. He possesses everything. He is the master, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, right? He doesn't have to have a transactional business with anyone. Okay, you give me this, I give you this. He doesn't have to do that. And Krishna doesn't come under the modes of material nature, because we, under the modes of material nature, we have to deal with these dualities of this material world: happiness, distress, birth, death, curse, favors, love, neglect. All these things we have to go through, and we have the mentality of being partial because we are in need of something, so we show partiality to somebody to have some favor in return from them. But Krishna has no need for anything like that. Krishna is Atma Rama, Krishna is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. All the things that he does for us only out of his affection for us. There is no other strings attached to it, right? But with the material world is very tough. She's very strict, like the fire. When you touch a fire, it has to burn you, right? When you commit sin, you have to go through the reactions. But when we surrender to Krishna, when we take shelter of Krishna, then Krishna says, "E bhajanti Tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham." Krishna takes full control over us, and Krishna protects us. Yoga kshemam bahamyaham. He protects us. He carries whatever we lack and he provides whatever we need. जय श्री श्री राधा नीला माधव की जय, राधा गिरिधारी गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय, निताई चैतन्य चंद्र निताई गौर चंद्र की, नरसिंहदेव भगवान पंचतत्व भगवान. So we see, so devotees, when we take shelter of Krishna, then Krishna is like equally disposed towards us. Krishna loves us so much, his heart is so pure, soft like butter. When our hearts also become very pure and soft like butter, Krishna is so eager to taste that butter. And for that butter, Krishna is willing to do anything. Like in Vrindavan, when gopis, elderly gopis, in one hand they had a butter and then they demanded Krishna, Krishna dance, then I'll give you the butter. He didn't mind, he danced to get that butter. When Nanda Maharaja commanded, Krishna, get me my shoes. Krishna took the shoes, put on his head and carried it to Nanda Maharaj. And he didn't even mind to become infamous of breaking his vows in the battlefield to protect his dear devotee Arjuna. He carried that wheel of weapon and charged towards Bhishma. When Gajendra cried out, he did not even know who that Supreme Lord is. He said, "Oh Supreme Lord, whoever you are, come and protect me." Krishna came flying to him. When Draupadi cried out, "Krishna, I have no shelter," Krishna came running to protect her chastity. When Ajamila cried out, not even, addressing Krishna, he just said Narayan addressing to his son, but yet Krishna is so kind. Just because his name was called out, he said, "Go Vishnudutas, go, protect that Ajamila." So Krishna is looking for just a tiny opportunity for us to turn toward him, and Krishna is willing to put a big rope and catch us and pull us toward him. So all we have to do is like sincerely endeavor, whatever to the best of our abilities, the process that Srila Prabhupada has given, chant, try to avoid offenses towards the devotees, offenses towards the deities, keep ourselves in the association of the devotees and practice to the best of our abilities, then Krishna sees our sincerity and he will pull us back with that big noose. He'll draw us towards him. So Krishna promises that he does all this by himself. He doesn't send his external energies to say, okay, this is my devotee, go help him. No, Krishna in all these examples and many examples as we see in Bhagavatam, Krishna comes personally. He didn't send Shiva, Brahma or Indra or any other person, go take care of my devotees. Krishna comes personally to take care of his devotees. So just like Prabhupada gives us example, like just like how a king, when his child is in danger, the king wouldn't think, oh, my soldiers, my ministers, all of them are around, they will give protection to my child. No, the king immediately jumps in and protects his child. So one time we went to a picnic, beautiful devotees, they moved back to India, Shiv Kumar Prabhu and Saumya Mataji, they had a little daughter called Saundarya. We went for a picnic. In those days we took all our deities, we went for a picnic, we shared prasadam, we did kirtan, so we did things like that. So one time we went to the picnic near a pond or a lake kind of thing, and then this little girl wandered towards the pond. And there are devotees who were standing there within the reach of a hand, but this mom who was like so far away, she ran with such a speed that before even the devotees who were near to her could get hold of her, she ran with such a speed to get to her daughter to protect her. So we can see the example of the motherly love in this material world, and Krishna's love is much more greater than that. So Narayana Parayana, those Narayana Parayanas who are completely devoted to Krishna, we see from Bhagavatam, they have no fear. They have no anxiety, because in the heart of their heart they have complete faith that Krishna will protect them, Krishna will take care of them. So they are oblivious to what happens in the material world. The material world may throw so many dualities at them, but they are not worried about that. They are completely sheltered at Krishna's lotus feet. They go about in their business, chanting, doing devotional service, hearing Harikatha, remembering Krishna. Srila Prabhupada mentioned in his Leelamrita, we could see when the bombs were dropping in Calcutta, everybody was like frightened and making arrangements for their own protection. But Srila Prabhupada was cooking nice puris and sabji and halwa, and he was offering to the deities. Because Prabhupada had complete faith in Krishna, that I am protected by Krishna. But if Krishna for some reason wants me to die, then nobody can, protect me. And if Krishna wants me to live, nobody can harm me. He had that faith in Prabhupada, in Krishna. So we can see from the examples of the devotees like Srila Prabhupada has personally taught us, and we see many devotees, exalted saintly persons like Hanuman Preshika Swami Maharaj and so many devotees in this community. We see their examples, how aloof they are from these material entanglements. That's because of their attachment towards Krishna. So from their example we also can learn and endeavor. Prahlad Maharaj, Haridas Thakur. So we see that even though they went through so many calamities in their life, but they were not bothered by that. They were steady in their consciousness, steady in their devotion to Krishna. So when we completely depend on Krishna, then Krishna completely takes care of it. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham mama vatmanu vattante manushyaha pata sarvashaha. So we see even like Hanuman Prabhu, I heard that Hanuman Prabhu went and asked Mother Guru Bhakti and Sarvabhauma Prabhu to be his parents for the wedding, So since Hanuman Prabhu approached them with such affection and respect and dependency, Mother Guru Bhakti also reciprocates with him as a parent, right? She's thinking about how to do a haldi ceremony for him, how to do henna ceremony for him. So she is he is considering me as a mother, she is reciprocating as a mother. So if we consider Krishna as our husband or a friend or a father or a child, whatever it is, Krishna is obliged to respond and reciprocate accordingly. So we see from the lives of the devotees, so Krishna, so I was like thinking like how Mother Guru Bhakti is like planning, she is impelled to reciprocate with Hanuman Prabhu's affection and respect, right? So similarly, we should, if we completely take shelter of Krishna, there is no doubt that Krishna will protect us. But the problem is with us. We don't have enough trust in Krishna. We don't trust that Krishna will take care of us. So we make our own plans. We make our own things. So that's the problem with us. So we have to strengthen our faith. So I would like to conclude by saying this: yes, Krishna is impartial. He is impartially partial to those who are impartial in offering their love to him. Krishna is impartially partial to those who are impartial in offering their love to him. So, yeah. Krishna is impartially partial to those who are impartial in offering their love to him. So, If anyone has any comments or realizations, please share for all of our benefit. Maharaj, would you like to share something, please?
Inspiring presentation. I have a whole bunch of notes. I wrote down here every letter is one bottle of water. You were talking about how we're not concerned with the next generation, and we may be the next generation after the next generation.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah. And so sometimes people who have all the responsibility for managing ISKCON and everything else, and they say, well, the Gurukula and the school and the children in the temple is just frosting on the cake. The real thing is, congregational development and book distribution. But then when we were working with these things, well, do you think you're going to go back home, back to Godhead for sure? They say, well, maybe not. Do you think you might take birth in ISKCON again? Well, maybe. What about the Gurukula? Yeah. Yeah. And we start thinking, yeah. What about mothers? What about Gurukula? I'm gonna take birth here again. Okay, yeah. So I want to make sure that these things are actually, very nice. Very nice. Was the other day devotee discussing Shreya and Preya, no? Yeah. So we absorbed in the prayas and don't see the broader picture. Yeah. So thank you. Very nice class. Yeah.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
I was just going to add about the water situation that, like raising all those cows also takes so much water, and it takes so much food to feed the cows too. And then, but in addition to that, there's also like the soda companies. The soda companies actually are using a large percentage of the world's water, and it's actually just trapped inside of those soda bottles that are sitting on the shelves, maybe exploding when it gets too hot.
Yeah.
So it's like what to do. Yeah. That's all I wanted. I just was remembering about the soda.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's true. In India, actually, these Coca-Cola companies have purchased the entire lakes and lakes of water bodies. They have purchased just for producing these sodas. The natural fresh water. Instead of getting used for drinking purposes, it's the entire thing is owned now by these soda companies to produce these bottled drinks.
We always hear that if you chant Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, it's not going to satisfy you, but if you chant Hare Krishna, it will satisfy you.
Thank you.
Pepsi grows more than Coca-Cola does. They bought all the farmers in the north side.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm still trying to understand. Krishna is impartially partial to those who are impartial to him, right? Because if he's impartially partial, then that means he's still kind of partial, right?
That's why it is impartially partial.
Oh.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is there a place where that specific point is dealt with in Srila Prabhupada's books?
Being impartially partial? Yeah, Prabhupada was so impartial. He gave this.
Is there
I do not know, Prabhuji.
Is there a reference within Prabhupada's books directly to this point of Krishna being impartial and impartial simultaneously?
Mataji would like to. Guru Bhakti Mataji.
In his book, Srila Prabhupada gives the example that, the some person is taking care of all his employees, is taking care of all his friends, but still he's very partial to his own child. He may be taking care of so many orphans, but still, like you gave that example of the mother running for the child, because there is a special, very deep relationship, and that is not a fault. If a parent is not partial to his child, you'll think there is something wrong with this parent.
Yeah.
So this tendency is coming from Krishna. And so it's not a fault, it's an ornament.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. This is from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita about the bombing. Prabhupada said, only myself and a few others remain. I sent my sons to Navadvip. Of course, my daughter was married. My wife refused to go out of Calcutta. She said, I'll be bombed, but I will not go. So I had to remain in Calcutta. I have seen bombing in Calcutta all night. I was just eating when there was the siren. So the arrangement was that in your house would be the shelter room. I was hungry. So I first finished eating, then I went to the room, and the bombing began. Chi-wham! I was thinking that this was also Krishna in another form, but that form was not very lovable.
I hate to be the spoiler here, but there it is. We've all been warned in this room not to study Chaitanya Charitamrita because it's too advanced. However, there is a direct quote where Krishnadas Kaviraj explains how it is that Krishna is partial and yet impartial. Very specific. You could Google it maybe, I don't know, in the Veda base, and his conclusion was, how could partial and impartiality exist if it does not exist within Krishna? Because everything, according to our philosophy, exists in Krishna. So anyone can go home today and look up in the Chaitanya Charitamrita where Krishnadas Kaviraj specifically deals with this. And it's all part of a longer explanation and defeating of the Mayavad philosophy. So it directly deals with this topic, partial and impartiality. So it's there. We can have it settled once and for all. And you were correct. Everything you said was absolutely correct in reference to that. But there is a direct quote.
Thank you, Prabhu. I will look it up.
Also, if the parents are going to go away for some time, then they put the older children in charge of the resources and things like this. And it's not because they're being partial to the older children. It's because they know, and they're taking care of everybody equally, that so Prabhupada gives that example. I think it's the first canto, when Krishna favors Yudhisthira and devotees, and he says that Krishna favors the devotees because the devotees are are going to take care of things so that the demons will get the greatest amount of their gratification, like that. So he's partial to the devotees because he's equal to everybody else. He's partial because he's impartial. Partiality.
Also, Prabhupada writes in one purport that when Uttara went to Jai Shri Radha Neela Madhava ki Rai, Jai Giriraj Govardhan ki Radha Giridhari ji ki, Jai Chaitanya Jai Gaurachandra Narsingh Panchatat Bhagwan. So Prabhupada writes that Krishna is impartial because when Ashwatthama aims the Brahmastra towards Uttara to kill Parikshit Maharaj, Uttara approaches Krishna to save, right? At that time, in that purport, Prabhupada writes that Krishna is impartial in every respect, but still he is inclined towards his devotee because there is a great necessity for this for everyone's well-being. Yeah. So, yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, actually, part of that description is Krishna delivers, and you said, to the demons what they want. He delivers to the devatas what they want. And he delivers to the Vaishnavas what they want. So that's impartial.
Yeah.
But what do the Vaishnavas want?
Nothing. Nothing except Krishna.
They want Krishna, so he has to give himself to the Vaishnavas in full, which means he's not giving them something, he's giving himself. Therefore, he is partial, because he will only give himself to those that purely only want Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's all there in black and white. Unless you have the blueprinted copy, which doesn't exist, but nevertheless. Black and white. In the book. Bang.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Study this Chaitanya Charitamrita. And if you're not, read it anyway. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
So in Nectar of Devotion, Prabhupada says, in another prayer it is said, "My dear Lord Krishna, best of all the Kuru dynasty, you are so impartial that even if your enemy is qualified, you will reward him. And if one of your sons is a culprit, you will chastise him. This is your business, because you are the supreme author of the universes. You have no partiality. If anyone finds any partiality in your characteristics, he is surely mistaken."
Yeah, Krishna kills his own son, right? Bhaumasura.
But that's not a counter. I actually agree with what he was saying too. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.